Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of what did I name this podcast? The BTB
The
Podcast,
boys
I
talk
believe
ball.
so. Yep. There's my guest for today's episode, Nate, who is starting to not become a guest and starting to just become a co-host apparently, since he's been on both episodes so far. I guess the
Woo!
people I guess the people love you.
Woo!
All right, so I'm pulling up a March Madness bracket just so we can
Oh yeah, let's get into it.
so I can more accurately see what's going on. All right.
Yeah.
So I'll just go through the games. Auburn made Alabama State look like a 16th seed, which they were. Creighton upset Louisville by 14 points.
Hey, I called that
Uh,
one.
yeah, go fuck yourself, Louisville. You got you got beat by literally what is the white boy Central College. If I see a white player, I just assume they went to Creighton.
That's a fair assumption. Either that or BYU.
Michigan, yeah. Um, Michigan beat UC San Diego, which props to UC San Diego. Michigan only beat them by 3, which Michigan's a good team. I mean, we'll get to it later, but they had a dominant game today. Texas A&M beat Yale.
Rip.
Moving on.
Oh Yale, that's
Uh,
another white boy central school.
yeah, all Ivy League schools are white boy central. Uh, Ole Miss beat UNC, which rip Nate's bracket.
No.
No. Iowa State beat Lipscomb. Obviously, Iowa State beat Lipscomb. Lipscomb sounds like the name of a chapstick.
I know Iowa State was down at half though.
Yeah, but then they played basketball in the second half, and um, Marquette beat New Mexico, or New Mexico beat Marquette. Sorry,
Yes, they
apologies.
did.
There was a cool stat that happened until today, which we'll get to later. That both Rick Pitino and his son advanced to the second round. I thought that was actually pretty cool.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Michigan State beat Bryant, which I don't know why. This might be centralized to the retarded people in our group chat, but some of the retarded people in our group chat were like, "Let's go, Bryant! Bryant's upsetting Michigan State."
Yeah.
When Bryant was leading by 1.3 minutes into the game.
Yeah. I have no idea why people were picking Bryant in this game. I don't think I've ever picked
Yeah,
a 15 seed to be upset a 2 seed.
I have like one time. I called St. Peter's. No, I'm kidding. I don't. But I do want to say props to the Bryant player who got his face bashed in and looked like he had just gone through a UFC fight and then came back into the game. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Way to go.
I did see somebody, however, it was also in that group chat full of idiots, comment aura. Yeah, real aura when you're losing by 20 points. But yeah, Michigan State, good team. I hope they go far. I would be happy if they win the tournament next year because I know Tom Izzo is going to be retiring soon, and that's a guy who deserves a ring. I don't know if he has one already. I don't think so,
Tom Rizzo?
but that's got Tom Izzo,
Izzo.
Izzo, the legendary coach. I'd say he's right there after because you have the big coaches. You have like John Wooden, Mike Krzyzewski, Tyler Perry, Patino even. I'd say those are like the tier 1 guys, like those types of coaches. Tom Izzo's at like the top of tier 2.
He has never won a tournament. He's won he won the NCAA Division One tournament in 2000.
Also, he does have a championship.
Yes. Yes, he
He
does.
also he had some great runs in the late 2010s when Cassius Winston was on his team.
Yep, he won the Big Ten tournament 6 times. 99, 2000, 2012, 14, 16, and 19.
Who was on this team that oh, they had Jason Richardson. Yeah. Jason Richardson, Charlie Bell, who played in the NBA, Matt Ashiba, who I think might have played in the NBA. No, he's the CEO and chairman of United Wholesale Mortgage, and he's the owner of the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, nice. Oh, did you see that the Celtics got sold?
Yeah, for like what, $1.3 billion?
No, it was upwards of 6 billion.
Oh my God, gee willikers.
6.1
That
billion.
guys, if the podcast does well, I'll buy a basketball team.
Also, why the fuck did the owner sell the Celtics not even a year after they just won the NBA Finals?
I don't know. Maybe if he just wanted to like retire, I guess that's the best time to do it. If you
What, halfway through this, or sorry, at the end of the season's the best time to do it?
well, they could have been sitting there for a while because when you're selling something for $6.1 billion, there's a lot of paperwork involved.
I guess, but still. And
Yeah,
it
that's
just
fair.
seems like it's
That's a
such
fair point.
it just seems like such a pointless sell.
Yeah, that is true. Because I mean, when you're the owner of a basketball team, if you don't want to, you don't really have to do anything. You can just kind of hire a guy to do it all for you if you want to.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Bob Chisholm's gonna do, the new owner of the Boston Celtics.
And he's just gonna be like, I don't want to do this shit. Fucking do it for me.
No, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
That's what I would do if I fucking owned a basketball team. All right, where are we at now?
We just went over
Florida.
Michigan State.
Florida stomped Norfolk State. Moving on. UConn beat Oklahoma. Uh, my best call of the second round. I called Memphis out on being frauds. Memphis were frauds, and they lost to Colorado State.
Yeah, I was watching this game at work, and everybody was saying, "Oh, Memphis is gonna come back. Memphis is gonna come back." And I'm saying, like, Memphis did not have a single meaningful win all season. You think they're gonna come back against Colorado State?
Yeah, they had maybe one. Moving on to the next game, definitely not skipping any games.
Yep,
Drake upset Missouri.
that was a very entertaining game too.
Mhm. Yeah, and
Uh,
just to want to reiterate, I'm not skipping any games on the bracket.
yeah, we've
Texas
gone
Tech,
through every game so far.
yeah. Maryland somehow got a bye. I don't know how that happened, so they're going to be in the round of 32.
Yeah.
Um, thanks
Uh,
GCU. Uh,
Thanks, Ray Harrison.
yeah, thanks for doing cardio yesterday, Ray Harrison.
Shooting 3 of 10 with 32 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to say, GCU came out shooting 1 of 10 from three, and I'm like, yeah, this game's over. That's what happens. So GCU, I've been watching GCU for years as a Arizona native and former student. Um, GCU does this thing, and it works in the WAC, which is why we win the WAC every year. We're like, let's just be more athletic and not learn how to play offense. And then they play a team that has a projected top 10 pick in the NBA draft. And they're like, wait, why is this guy more physical than us? Why aren't we playing bully ball? And then they shoot 1 of 10 from three. I do I do want to shout out though Tyon Grant Foster, great player, probably one of the best players in GCU franchise history. Not that's saying a whole lot, but great player. Thank you. I know he's probably going to be in the NBA draft this year. I think he's done with school. He's been in college since like 2018.
Get a job, bro.
So no, he has an excuse. He had like I don't remember exactly what it is, so I don't want to misspeak. But he's been in college since 2018. Um, he had like a heart attack when he was at Kansas.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, sorry. He was playing at Kansas and then he transferred to DePaul, and then he collapsed at halftime of their first game, and he was finally cleared to play 6 months later,
Oh, I do remember hearing
um,
about that.
or 16 months later. But he, I remember. So
Yeah,
Scott
that was right around the
Scott
same
Drew is.
time that Bronny had his like heart thing too, right?
It was about a year before, but yeah. But so Scott Drew is the coach of Baylor. His brother Bryce Drew is the coach of Duke. or sorry, is the coach of GCU. Sorry. I don't know where the fuck Duke came from. But Baylor had a player named Ish Wainwright. I don't know where he's playing anymore. He was on the Raptors for a little bit. But him and Tyon are cousins. So I remember Ish Wainwright being like, this dude's a hooper, this dude's dope, sign this guy. And the Baylor athletic director, I think, said no originally. So Scott told his brother, and GCU got him. And he was absolutely amazing for us and has been for a year. But I know he went to the draft last year. He got invited to the combine, and then after the combine, he didn't do great. So he's like, I'm going to drop out of the draft, go back to school for another year, have a great year, which he did. He had an unbelievable season this year. And then hopefully going to the draft this year.
Good for him. We love
Yeah,
we,
I hope he.
we love a good underdog story like that.
Mhm. This year he did have a down year because he missed some games to injury, but last year he averaged 20 points a game, which is kind of really good for college basketball.
Yeah, we love
You
a
don't
good
catch that many guys
we love a good underdog story.
for real. So Texas Tech beat UNC Wilmington. Arkansas beat Kansas in the matchup of great coaches, and St. John's BTA'd Omaha to end out the west side of the first round, I
Yeah,
believe.
rest in
Yep.
peace the ChatGPT bracket. For
On the
those of you
east
that don't
side,
know, myself and my good friend Noah, we both decided to do brackets led by ChatGPT matchup winners, and they had Kansas winning the NCAA Division One tournament.
all
So rest in peace,
right.
ChatGPT. GPT does not know ball.
Duke took Mount St. Mary's out behind the woodshed and put 2 in their temple. They beat them 93-49.
Yeah, that was an ugly game. I mean, great for me because I picked Duke to win, but
I think everybody with a brain did. Um, Baylor upset Mississippi State, which is I think the upset almost everybody predicted.
yeah, that was a really entertaining game. You know what? 9
Mhm.
over 8 is hardly an upset.
Yeah, it's always the hardest to pick.
But Baylor played really well. Let me pull up this
Mhm.
whole box score real quick. Uh,
Did Jeremy Roach do anything? Because that's a guy people say is good that I don't really see it.
he played 14 minutes, shot 3 of 7, 0 of 3 from 3, had 6 points.
Yep, sounds like Jeremy Roach.
Uh, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. I mean, 3 steals is pretty nice.
Yeah,
Like that's definitely
he
something
had
you
three
like to
steals.
see.
Think about this: all of his points could have come off those steals.
No, that's true. Like he wasn't scoring, but I like good defensive play like that. So
Yeah, but the problem with Jeremy Roach is he never scored.
yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
Womp womp.
Uh, Womp womp, Jeremy Roach. Oregon smacked Liberty. Arizona, which on our bracket for the podcast, I called an Akron upset. But lucky for me, I didn't put my money where my mouth is on the actual bracket I made, and I picked Arizona. So my actual bracket's good. I think I'm like in the 90. I think I'm like at a 95% correct bracket right now. Let me see.
Let
Dude,
me.
my coworker who knows nothing about ball, like the first day of the tournament, she had a perfect bracket.
That makes sense. It's always it's always
Her
it's always the ones that just pick the best logo.
My bracket is currently 99.2% correct.
I'm at
I'm
77.8.
That's what my coworker who doesn't know any ball is at. My stepdad's bracket he is ranked 23.9 million out of about 25 million people.
Wow.
Well, he picked Memphis to win everything.
Oh,
I do want to specify my stepdad has never watched a game of college basketball in his life. He watched the Alabama State qualifier game with me, and I think that might have been the only game he'd watched since I was born.
yeah, I don't watch college basketball religiously. Like, I'll watch the tournament, but I don't follow the
Yeah.
regular season at all.
Yeah, I only follow March Madness. The only thing that's going to hurt me is my St. John's pick. I had them going to the Final Four, but we'll get into that when we talk about the St. John's game.
Oof.
BYU beat VCU. The Mormons beat the Christians this one time. Wisconsin beat Montana. Belt to ass. St. Mary's survived Vanderbilt 59-56,
I
and
think that came off
Ala-
a last minute shot too.
I think it might have. It was like a last few minute shot. I don't remember.
Let's see.
Uh,
Let me. I'm pulling up the play by play.
all right.
Let's see. Yeah, St. Mary's with 27 seconds left. Basically one off of free throws.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
And
good game.
Alabama,
Very entertaining game.
in a really weird move, Alabama, they beat. So Alabama, with their 15-man roster, played against one man. So the whole entirety of Alabama beat some guy named Robert Morris, 90 to 81. I don't know how Robert Morris scored that many points in that game. He must be a really good basketball player.
Holy, Marion Dickerson had 25 points. Jesus.
For Robert Morris.
Yeah, he had 25 points on 11 of 22.
Yeah, well, shout out that guy. We'll never hear from him again.
9 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks.
Wow.
The dude was an animal.
Houston beat Suey.
See.
78-40. That was
Belt to ass.
pretty good. Yeah. Gonzaga belt to ass Georgia. That game was the final score doesn't look as bad as some of these other ones, but I was watching that game and Gonzaga was just fucking obliterating them for an 8-9 matchup. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean Georgia, Asa Newell played all right. He was 6 of 10, had 20 points. That's really the only standout. I mean, Silas Damari Jr. He had 15 on 3 of 4. Oh, he shot 3 of 14. Jeez. Oh,
Oh.
3 of 14, but he's 7 and 9 on free throws. And then for Gonzaga, Khalif Battle. Yeah, Khalif. What a fucking name.
Yeah,
Khalif Battle.
that's kind of a dope name.
24 points on 9 of 13. 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really the only, I mean, Braden Huff had 18 on 8 of 11 too. So.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, really only one player showed up to play for Georgia, and he didn't really play that well.
Yeah. Purdue beat High Point, which is like
you skipped Clemson.
Oh yeah. Clemson got upset by McNeese, which Clemson has that weird guy that kind of looks like fat Josh Giddey plus a Disney villain. Which I hate that guy. I don't know why. I have no reason to hate that guy, but I hate that guy.
Hold on, which is it? That's not. No, I can't be Chauncey Wiggins. Who is it? What's his name?
Let me see if I can find him. I don't know his name. I haven't learned this guy's name.
Victor Lakin. No, he doesn't look like fat. I'm just going through their whole roster right now.
It's Ian Shefflin.
Yeah, Ian Shefflin.
Fat, shitty Josh Giddey.
Shot 0 of 4 with 1 point.
Yep, that guy's ass. Fuck that guy.
Welcome to China, buddy.
Come back next year so you can get upset in the tournament again, dick. He's probably a great guy, and I'm just fucking shitting on him. No, he is a shit-eating grin. I don't care.
Yeah, he sucks at basketball too.
Screw you, Clemson. You're always a disappointment. The only reason you were in the tournament is because the ACC sucked this year.
Doesn't the ACC suck every year?
Yeah, but particularly this year. Illinois beat Xavier pretty handedly. Kentucky beat Troy in an absolute something to me. I don't know how this skipped my radar. UCLA, who I thought was horrible, and they looked awful to end the season. They fucking annihilated Utah State, even though I picked them to get upset. Um,
Yeah, but now,
Tennessee beat Wofford.
yeah, now UCLA is getting the belt to Asp from Tennessee, so it cancels out.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Going through the round of 32 games, not all of which have been concluded, but only about half of them have. Auburn beat Creighton decently handily. I mean, it was a competitive game, but
I mean,
Auburn won by 1 point, 12
beat
points. It was pretty sound,
beaten
but
by
it wasn't
12.
BTA.
I think Creighton was pretty close for a while.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't BTA or anything, but it was a pretty sound win.
Yeah, let me see if
Um,
it'll. No, it won't show me the biggest lead. Oh well. Yeah, Auburn looked good. I think they'll
mhm.
beat their next opponent, but Creighton, shout out Creighton, they played a good game.
Yeah, shut up, Creighton. Auburn's next opponent will be Michigan after Michigan beat Texas A&M 91-79.
Yeah,
Which
this game here is the exact reason why I had Yale upsetting Texas A&M because I knew that they weren't that good.
yeah, A&M's not good, but it's weird how you think about this. 82-70 is a 12-point game. 91-79 is a 13-point game. Or no, it's also a 12-point game.
Yeah.
But
Oh
for
yeah,
some
it looks
reason,
so
82
much worse.
looks worse. I think because you let that team hit 90, it looks worse. But I don't know. Ole Miss will play Iowa State tomorrow, and New Mexico will play Michigan State tomorrow.
I think
Uh,
both the states should probably win that pretty handily.
mhm. Yeah, Florida will play UConn tomorrow. Hopefully, Colorado State upsets Maryland tomorrow. Um, Texas Tech beat Drake today, so the Cinderella run for Drake is over. But they played good. I mean, they lost by 13, but they had a good game to start the tournament, and they played decent today.
Yeah, I mean when you're matched up with Texas Tech, like Texas Tech is a pretty solid team. I
Yeah,
think
Texas Tech's been
Drake
a
played
school.
just fine. I think they just got dealt a bad hand. Texas Tech,
Yeah,
JT Toppin and Darian Williams both had 20 more than 25 points.
yeah.
So their defense was a
I
little bit
think
lacking, but Drake, shout out to you. I think you're the lowest seed to advance in the tournament this year. No, McNeese as a 12 and Colorado State as a 12.
mhm.
But I think a Cinderella run this year is out of the question, unless
Yeah,
Arkansas
I
goes on
think
a run.
mhm. I think no, they're not related. Never mind. I thought JT Toppin and Obi Toppin were related, but Obi Toppin's brother's Jacob Toppin. There's a
Yeah,
lot of top going around.
a lot of topping in basketball.
Arkansas beat St. John's, which was surprising to me. I mean, it shouldn't have been. John Calipari is a great coach. Arkansas has a good team. Um, they're probably one of the better 10 seeds that we've ever seen. I think even them being a 10 seed is just disingenuous because they had so many injuries this season. But St. John's was a good team, and they kind of took it to St. John's. They won by 9.
Yeah, I mean, I think Arkansas, Texas Tech's their next matchup. I think they could win that game.
Yeah, that game could go either way, honestly.
But then it would probably come down to them versus Florida in the Elite Eight, and I don't think they have what it takes to beat Florida.
I think they have a sorry. Uh I think they have a player coming back from injury who's pretty good, but I could be wrong. Duke will play Baylor tomorrow. Oregon will play U of A tomorrow. Beat, BYU beat Wisconsin today. I was gonna say handedly, but that's not handedly. They won by 3.
Yeah, it was a very close game. Bless you.
Thank you. Alabama will drop 100 on St. Mary's tomorrow. Houston, and what I will say was probably my favorite game of the tournament so far. I watched this game while I was at work today. If my boss is listening, I didn't watch this game while I was at work today. No, my boss is actually cool about March Madness. He lets us put it on the TVs at work. Um,
Yeah,
but
very entertaining game actually.
yeah,
Gonzaga played really well for only being an 8. Houston, I wouldn't say they played disappointedly. I think Gonzaga just played well above their expectations.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, LJ
Yeah.
Cryer dropped 30 points, so
Well, the thing about Gonzaga is they just won some of the worst game or lost some of the worst games they could have. Gonzaga was ranked top 10 in most statistical categories. They just won really important games or lost really important games to make them the 8 seed. They were like a super good team all year.
yeah, I mean Houston. I don't think they played down to competition. I think Gonzaga just played up. I think it was. I don't think it was egregious to say Houston was the better team here, and I think Gonzaga went in there. Had the right mindset, played as best as they could, and they just didn't come out on top.
I do want to say something here. Wyatt Hendrickson upset Gable Stevenson in the last second to win the NCAA heavyweight championship. Two things.
Oh, I
One,
I did
good.
just see that.
One, good. I'm glad. I fucking hate Gable Stevenson. He is another person that is a horrible person. Go look it up. I don't want to talk about it here. Just a horrible person. I'm glad he failed in WWE. I'm glad he failed in the NFL. I don't know how he's still allowed in college.
Yeah, how is he? He was literally on an NFL team like
Yeah,
9 months ago.
maybe go back into the Olympics, Gable, so then the American public will be willing to cover all the horrible shit you did. I hope I never hear from you again. Congrats to Wyatt Hendrickson. You beat a supervillain in a wrestling match. Good job. Moving on. Purdue ended the McNeese Cinderella hopes today, which Purdue's a pretty decent basketball team.
Yeah, I'm not expecting much
But
else from Purdue. I think Houston should beat them handedly. The spread right now is sitting at 7.5 in favor of Houston. I think they could. I think that's a little low, to be completely honest.
yeah, Purdue's not the team they were last year when they made the national championship game, but that's just because they didn't have that freakish guy who's not that good at basketball.
Let's see.
Which, if Zach Edey wasn't 7 foot fucking millions of feet tall, uh, he would not be in the NBA. If that dude was 6'9", he'd be flipping burgers somewhere right now.
No, he'd probably be in the G League.
No, he'd be flipping burgers, and all of his friends would be like, "Dude, you're 6'9", you should go try out for the G League." And then he wouldn't make it in because that man does not know how to play basketball. He's just freakishly tall.
I mean, sometimes that's all you really need to get to the NBA.
He's the Angel Reese of the NBA. Most of his rebounds are from his own misses.
I mean, again, like sometimes that's all you need to be in the NBA.
That is true. Illinois will play Kentucky tomorrow, and Tennessee is currently beating UCLA 55-39 with 7 minutes left in the second. So I will probably give you guys an update on that game once it goes final because it will probably go final before we're done here.
Oh,
I
it
would
definitely
assume.
will.
It's like the longest 7 minutes in college basketball history.
Now, I think it's time for the main event here, Ryan.
Would you like to explain what the main event is? Because you came to me with this question while you were at work, or while I was at work.
So, there I was, in the shit, doom scrolling on TikTok as per usual,
As you do.
and I come across an interesting query, a predicament, you might say.
Hmm. I would say.
That query being, well, so the original video was when you tell someone to pick a Marvel character as QB and they spit ball knowledge and pick this character, who we'll get into a little bit later because he is my pick as
Uh-huh.
well. And I sent this pick or this video to Ryne, and we decided on a whim that we were going to record this episode tonight and decide who our starting NFL offense, defense coordinators and head coach would be out of Marvel
Hmm.
characters.
Yes, we did.
Now, Ryan, since this is your podcast, I am just the guest
Hmm.
here. Why don't you go ahead and start us off? Who's your QB1 of your Marvel team?
Okay, so when you originally posed this question to me, I thought Mr. Fantastic because he can stretch his arms anywhere and just like hand the ball to the quarterback, which I don't know, or the running back, which I don't, or the wide receiver. You know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Which now that I think about it, I don't think would be allowed.
No, I mean I think it would be allowed, but the reason because I thought the same thing. But the reason I
Mhm.
didn't go with him is I wanted the quarterback that would actually be a quarterback, not just a guy that was just dropping a ball 2 feet ahead of someone from 30, 45 yards away.
Yeah, so that's why I changed it, and I made my QB1 Hawkeye.
Oh, okay, that's a good pick. Hawkeye
Who's
is
your
my backup QB.
mm,
My
okay?
QB1, and this might be a little bit of recency bias. I'm man enough to admit that. Also, UCLA is
Mhm.
now down 42 to 58 with 5:40 left in the second.
Thank you for the update.
You're welcome. There might be a little recency bias due to a certain Marvel Disney Plus show that's recently been coming out. But my QB1 is going to be Bullseye, the infamous Daredevil
Mm.
villain.
Interesting, but here's my counterpoint. And spoiler alert for the new Daredevil show: the only person Bullseye can hit square in the chest with a chest pass is Foggy Nelson.
I don't know. Did you watch the show yet?
I've seen the first 2 episodes.
Okay, so you remember that fight scene in the first episode? That brother was
Mhm.
moving. Like he was you
Yeah.
see, he was making moves with a paperclip. Like come on now.
Here's my counterpoint to your counterpoint. Um, Bullseye accurate, we know that, but you know who else is accurate? Hawkeye, right?
No, you're
I
absolutely correct.
think
That's why he's my backup.
I think Hawkeye has more arm strength than Bullseye because
Mm.
Hawkeye always has to string his bow and pull back with the bow, so he has more arm strength than the Bullseye just flicking these things, you know. So I'm going for the arm strength upside on Hawkeye.
Okay, no, that's a valid point. I think the accuracy upside of Bullseye is just a little bit better. Because
That's fair.
we didn't really see Hawkeye doing those type of accuracy things. We saw it a little bit in the Hawkeye show, but like Bullseye was moving. Like he was he was moving.
He was taking names.
Now
All right.
we went over our QB ones. I gave a little insight onto QB2 because you gotta have a good backup because maybe Bullseye goes down.
Yeah, I didn't pick a backup QB because I don't want to just pick yours. Who am I going with here? If we did all superheroes and not just Marvel, I would pick Batman as my backup QB because he probably got a plan for everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Bro's gonna audible at
Marvel.
the line and he's gonna run out of time on the play clock because he tried to audible the perfect plan.
Uh, Backup QB is going to be Iron Fist.
Oh, okay. Um,
Uh,
I don't hate it.
here's
I
my
don't hate it. Well,
here's
which version of Iron Fist?
the good one. I don't
Okay.
know. But here's the thing: it's a hectic game when your QB goes down. He breaks a leg. Everybody's freaking out. The coach is running up and down the sideline trying to get the backup ready. You want a guy who's going to go in there, be zen, be chill,
I see.
let the game
I see the vision.
let the game come to him. Not try to force anything. Just be natural with it. That's why I'm picking Iron Fist.
I like the thought process.
We moving on to running backs now. I think we have the same running back right.
I do believe we have the same running. Well, you have a fullback. I don't have a fullback because I'm
I
running. I
just
mean,
I
I guess my RB1 is really a fullback, but he's gonna be RB1.
Yeah, I added RB2 and just threw a fullback on there just because I like fullbacks. It's my favorite position. So I just picked my favorite niche Marvel character to be the fullback. So starting with RB1, who's your RB1?
My RB1, we're running we're gonna pound the rock. You see, we're gonna have speed on the
Mhm,
outside. We're gonna have some agility on the inside, but the main identity of this offense, we're gonna pound the rock. That's why I don't need that arm strength from Bullseye. He just got to be accurate.
mhm,
He's got to manage the game.
mhm,
Because my
mhm.
RB1 is Juggernaut,
That's fair.
and
Like he's already,
he's just gonna run that ball up the gut. Who's stopping him?
yeah.
Who's stopping him?
Maybe a few people on my D line, but they might not. I'm also picking Juggernaut as my RB.
That's it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that.
That dude ran through a bridge, I'm pretty sure, in one of the X-Men movies.
He did. He ran through multiple brick walls,
Yeah,
and he only gained momentum. He didn't slow down.
exactly.
Now RB2, on the other hand, we've got that
Uh-huh.
power. We've got that three down back in Juggernaut, but we need a little bit of agility. We need a little bit more speed. So that's why
Mhm.
I'm going with the Wolverine. He he's got that he's just got that animal sense. He just knows where to go and where to be. He can bounce it out to the outside and make a man miss.
Exactly, which is why I also put Wolverine as my RB2. But I have another interesting thing. I'm gonna spoil one of my picks here. Um, I have Hulk at left guard, and we're just gonna run the old Marvel Rivals tactic. We're just gonna put Wolverine into a ball and just have Hulk throw it.
Yeah, no, that's completely valid. I don't know if that's allowed, but
What are you gonna do? Say no to Hulk?
all right. Let's hear what your wide receiver room's looking like, because I think mine's
Uh,
mine's pretty good.
Let's wait a second. I have a fullback.
Oh, that's right. You do have a fullback.
My fullback is purely just because I really like this character, and I think more people need to know the name of this character. But the 25 people watching our podcast isn't really going to help get the awareness of the people. Um, my fullback is Agent Venom.
It's not
Fucking love
ridiculous.
Agent Venom.
It's not ridiculous to say
Fullback,
that.
fullback is my favorite position, and I just wanted a Mike Allstott on my team. Uh, Agent Venom is a high school athlete, I guess. Um, Paraplegic as well.
Yeah, unless he's wearing that Venom suit.
Yeah, which we're assuming that all these people can use their superpowers, so he will be in the
To
Venom suit.
to a degree. To a degree.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's why
I,
that's
I
why
feel like
we that's why we disqualified Mr. Fantastic from QB. He can play other positions, but
but I think since this man's superpower is the only reason he can walk, I think we're gonna go ahead and allow this one.
no, that's a fair take. But let's hear
All
that
right,
wide
so on to the
receiver
wide
room.
receiver. All right, what you got?
No, 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 I want you to go first because mine's
Okay,
better. Unless we have the
am I
same
going all
one.
three?
Just go all
Yeah,
three
I
right in a
think we
row.
might.
We do. I think we
All
have
right,
them in different positions though.
wide receiver one, Spider Man. Wide receiver two, Quicksilver. Wide receiver three, Silver Surfer.
Cool. I do have the same three, but my one is Quicksilver, my two is Silver Surfer, and I've got Spider-Man at that three in the slot.
That's fair. The Spider Man is definitely more shifty, and the other two guys are just gonna run downfield.
Yeah, because we got Quicksilver. He's our Tyreek Hill type guy. And we've got Silver Surfer, not as fast, but he's still got that athleticism. He's still a little shifty, you know. He plays with grit. Um, and he's kind of like that Jalen Waddle type of player. Maybe more of like
Yeah,
a Keon Coleman type build.
mhm. But
Just
unlike
but
Keon
but
Coleman,
actually good
oh,
at football.
just kidding. Shout out Keon Coleman. We love Keon Coleman.
We do love Keon Coleman. Spider-Man as the wide receiver three in the slot. He's got everything. He's gonna catch everything that comes his way. He's not gonna drop any passes, and he's gonna make a lot of dudes miss.
Yeah, it's a good pick. Who's your tight end?
My tight end, I struggled a little bit. I ultimately decided I'd go with Punisher.
That's fair. I think
Punisher.
mine.
He's got that brute strength. So he's gonna be a good blocker. But he's also like he's a smart dude. Like he kind of fits that Travis Kelsey role in the office offense. He's gonna find an open hole in the defense, and he's gonna get open, and he's gonna catch a couple balls.
Fair. I think my pick is better for tight end. I originally made the joke when I first sent this to you. Can I just pick Gronk? Which Nate said no, so I can't pick Gronk. So I'm picking Mr. Fantastic. He's just gonna go up and get literally every single ball that's thrown to him.
See, I'd like that more as like a wide receiver though. As a tight end, he's not gonna have that good blocking ability. Which,
He
granted,
could just turn.
we have Juggernaut at running back, so we don't really need him to block. But
But he can also just turn his chest double wide and just block everything.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's good.
He
That's
can't.
fair. It's a
He
fair
can't
pick.
just extend his arms. He can extend his torso. He
That's
turns
true.
into a teacup in Lego Marvel superheroes.
That is true.
All right. We on to the O line now.
Oh yeah.
All right. Are we going whole line or going position at a
We'll
time?
go one by one.
All right. So at left tackle, I have Colossus.
Okay, it's not a bad take. I've got him on the other side. I've got him at the right tackle position. But I like the pick.
That's fair. Who's your left
Uh,
tackle?
I've got good old Hulk in there. Just big guy. He's gonna protect Bullseye's blind side.
That's fair. I have him at left guard. He's my left guard.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good that's a good pick. I got Luke Cage in there. You can't bring him down. It's a very physical position in the interior O line. You need a guy that's not gonna go down and get hurt, and
Mhm.
he needs some good strength there. And Luke Cage, he's a pretty fit guy. He's big, but
Oh yeah,
he's also pretty fit. So
yeah. I
he's
know.
he's not he's not gonna go down. He's gonna be real durable. He's gonna shore up the left side of that offensive line.
Mhm. That's fair. At my center, I did originally have Red Hulk here, but I'm going the Thing. Thing's a little bit shorter. He's just like I think he's like Matt Fink height. I think he's like 5'11". He's not that tall.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm going with the thing too. He's got that experience being on a team.
Mhm.
He's not the flashiest guy on the O line. That's usually the left tackle. So
Mhm.
he's got experience. He's getting down and getting the gritty part of the trenches, and that's why I got the thing at my center position.
Also, good point. I think he has a little bit more finesse. I think Hulk or who my right guard is would probably just throw the ball through Hawkeye.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, they don't really have that control over the strength. They're just there to be a body in the way, so to speak.
Mhm. My right guard is Hulk but red.
That's also my
Re-
right guard is Hulk, but red.
Yeah, he's just Hulk, but he's red and played by Harrison Ford.
No, that's true. So yeah, just another body in the way. He's a little bit less enraged than normal Hulk
Mhm.
most of the time.
Mhm.
So you could use him. He could be a pulling guard, pull over to the left side of the line. So he's got a little bit more intelligence than base Hulk. So
Mhm.
but
All right.
so I already
So
said my right tackle is Colossus. I don't think
mhm.
he's gonna be as flashy as Hulk. He's really just there to be the backup guy from that other side of the pass rush. That's why I'm gonna put Colossus in at my right tackle.
That's fair. My pick is Ghost Rider. I think it's a little interesting one.
Well, that's not what you sent
He's a
me.
great. I know I changed it. I've
Oh,
changed a few things around.
okay, okay.
Uh, Ghost Rider. He's nice. He's on fire. He's played by Nicolas Cage if we can afford it in the budget. Um,
I there's some current concerns there. He's not the biggest guy. He's kind of scrawny for an O lineman.
yeah, but you want to run through a guy that's on fire?
Listen, with these guys that's going to be on the defense, I don't think the fire is going to matter to them.
Yeah, but he also could do that thing where he like sucks your soul out of your body if you're pass rushing him. As long as he gets his hands on you, you're kind of cooked.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Now, who was your OC?
My
We need
OC.
somebody that's going to be smart. We need somebody that's going to be able to manage this offense.
Can you say your OC first? Because mine kind of bounces off of yours.
Yeah, sure. So, my offensive coordinator, he doesn't have a lot of the guys that he knows, so he's going to have to rebuild his identity, but we're going to go with Cyclops as my offensive coordinator. Real smart guy.
Oh, he's your.
Yes, he's my offensive coordinator.
Sorry, I fucked this up. Mine bounces off your head coach. I
Oh,
apologize.
I already forgot who I said for my head. Oh, I remember now. Never mind. No.
Oh.
Yeah, my offensive coordinator is going to be Cyclops. He's a real smart guy. He's gonna be able to find
Mhm.
holes in that defense to get some good yardage, get some good points scored.
Mhm. That's fair. My OC is Vision. He's basically
Ooh,
just a walking computer,
okay, okay.
and he's British.
Well, in the MCU, he's British.
Yes, In the comic books, he doesn't have a voice, so that makes him British.
No, I mean that's fair. Not the pick I would have gone for. I would probably put him more in a defensive role, but yeah, not a bad take.
That's fair. He's a computer. He can find the holes either way.
Yeah. Speaking of defense, though,
Ooh.
now we've got some D linemen here we got to talk about.
Oh, I think we do.
Let's just start off. What's your defensive ends looking like? Who are your edge rushers?
All right, so I got Sandman.
Oh, okay.
Can use the sand to kind of like to get past the lineman, kind of reach around and knock the ball out of the quarterback's hand.
What if there's no sand on the field though?
Uh, there'll be sand on the field, but I
All right,
like to
what
think turf is paramount to sand, so maybe he's Turf Man now.
turf man? He's turf pellet man.
And opposite from him, I just have an absolute freak. A guy who's an animal. He's just gonna fucking just run through him. Venom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that. So, little spoiler here. I don't have Venom or Sandman on my defense. My defense is a little bit more built around speed and just overall athleticism.
My defense is built around animals.
But speaking of that, I do think I've got a pretty solid defensive end group because I'm gonna have Doctor Doom on one side. And, Doctor Doom.
Mm.
First of all, fucking genius. That's a smart dude right there. But also, he ain't no slouch. He's no pipsqueak. Like
No.
he's going toe to toe with the
What?
thing, with or without that all that armor.
Which Doctor Doom though? Because some Doctor Dooms are pussies who are played by Robert Downey Jr. Other Doctor Dooms rip out Thanos' spine. So there's like a crazy amount of power scaling depending on what variant of Doctor Doom you're talking
All right,
about.
so we're not going God Emperor Doom here. Like that'd be a little too unfair. But
Yeah, yeah.
like a solid comic book Doom, goes toe to toe with the Fantastic Four. He's beating up the Thing.
Okay.
And then the other side of it, we're just gonna have just pure character, pure strength. We're gonna go with Captain America.
That's a good pick. I saw somebody in our group chat pick Captain America at QB.
Horrible pick.
I actually don't hate it the more I think about it. He can sling the ball for sure. Might not be the most accurate, but he can sling it. And also just think about like from like a business standpoint, the marketability of the team being marched out there every week with Captain America as like the face.
No, like he'd be very good for the locker room. He'd be like that Tim Tebow type of guy in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I just trust him a lot more on the defensive side of the ball. I think his talents
That's
shine a
fair.
lot better. Getting to the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Captain America actually not on my team.
Interesting.
I don't think that's a slight to him. I think he's a great player. I think he goes hard in the paint every day. I just don't really think there was a spot for him on my team.
Yeah, maybe he'll come up from the practice squad one day. Get
Mhm.
some meaningful reps in, get some stats in there. But he's just not a starter on Ryan's team, which is fine.
Actually, he's my strength and conditioning coach. I've decided.
That's fair. We talked about DNs though. What about that middle of the line? Who's gonna be stopping that run?
All right, so I got Thanos.
Oh, I see. I don't hate it. I think his build is a little bit more, middle linebacker type of guy. But putting him up
I
in the
I'm
middle,
I
put him up the middle. It's not
I'm
a
in
bad
love.
take.
I'm in love with my linebacker room, so there wasn't a spot for him in there. And standing next to him, this is a Marvel character, even though most people think of him as a Disney character. He's a Marvel character. Look it up. Absolute chiseled mountain of a man. Give me Hercules at defensive tackle.
All right. See, Hercules. I don't know if I like that at D tackle. My middle of the defensive line is more built on size and strength. Hercules,
Mhm.
strong dude. Not a slight at him. He's a little small compared to some of the guys who's gonna be going up on the O line.
That's fair, but here's my one counterpoint. Did anybody on your defensive line save Prometheus from getting his liver pecked out by an eagle every day? I don't think so.
No, but one of my defensive linemen, he's pretty well known around these parts. Certain certain private in a Stanley Kubrick movie. You know,
Who?
Are you catching my drift?
I honestly don't think I am.
Well, you see, when I was a
Is
boy,
Gomer is Gomer Pyle your defensive tackle?
my defensive tackle, one of them is going to be the Kingpin, not the pussy one
Oh,
from the MCU, not Vincent D'Onofrio.
yeah.
Love Vincent D'Onofrio, not this version though.
Okay.
We're going like into the Spider Verse Kingpin.
Oh, the one that's like a huge Mets fan.
Yeah, the one that's a huge Mets fan. He's the size of like a double doorway, giant ass
Yeah.
shoulders, tiny ass head, just a monster of a man. So and we're gonna pair him with a little bit of a faster guy. You know, Kingpin, not the fastest guy. He's a little like he's quick, but he's really
He's
just there
fat.
just to he's really just there to be a body in the middle. So we're gonna pair him with some
Hmm.
speed. We're gonna go with Apocalypse.
Oh, you're gonna go with shitty dark side, aren't you?
Shitty dark side. Yeah, that's gonna be my D line. Going from defensive end, defense. So we got defensive end Doctor Doom, defensive tackle
Hmm.
Apocalypse and Kingpin, and then we got our other defensive end as Captain America.
I don't hate that. I got Sandman, Thanos, Hercules, and Venom.
Yeah, that's a solid group. That's a solid group. But we got the D line. There's still a little bit more of the pass rush, and that's the linebacker core.
Hmm.
We'll
You want me
start.
just to name
Yeah,
all three?
we'll go one by one because I don't know how you did yours because I've got two outsides and a middle.
That's what I did too.
All
Let's
right, yeah.
go left because my right outside linebacker is the pick I'm most proud of on this entire board. So I want to leave him till last on the
Okay, yeah,
linebacker.
that's fair.
All right, left outside linebacker Thor.
Thor. Yep. All right.
Jack. He's
Yep.
Thor.
And he's fast.
Hmm.
Fast, strong dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cute.
I've also got Thor as mine. I'm not playing like a left side, right side. I'm playing a weak side, strong side, outside linebacker
That's fair.
core. So Thor's gonna be my strong or my yeah my strong side linebacker. So he's just gonna follow the strong side of the field.
That's fair.
What about your middle linebacker?
I got the captain of the defense, a genius. Not only is he a genius, he's also a fucking animal. Some people would say he's a beast. I'm going beast.
Did we pick the same
That's my
middle
middle
linebacker?
linebacker. I think we might have. I'm picking Beast as my middle linebacker. Hank McCoy, he's a genius. Uh, he's played by that one kind of dorky looking dude in the MCU. I can't remember his name off the top of my head for some reason. I know who it is, and the moment you say it, I'm gonna be like, of
You're
course.
talking about Nicholas Holt.
Yeah, yeah. Freaky Holt.
All right. I yeah. I've same reasons. Captain the defense. He's got to be smart. You got to be able to read the offense.
Mhm.
If there's one guy to do it, it's going to be Hank McCoy.
He's definitely wearing the green dot.
Oh, absolutely. What about your other outside linebacker though? You said you're real proud of this pick.
I'm real proud of this pick, mostly because of the amount of comic knowledge this takes. My right outside linebacker is gonna be Beta Ray Bill.
See, I don't even know who the fuck that is.
What? Go,
Be-
go look this man up right now. Beta Ray Bill.
Beta
He's the guy
Ray
that looks like
Bill.
he's the guy that
Oh,
looks like
this
Thor.
guy. It's the fucking like
Yeah,
Animal or Thor.
yeah, Dinosaur as I like to call them.
Dinosaur. All right, yeah. Also, UCLA did lose to Tennessee 67-58.
Fair. But yeah, that guy is a beast.
I mean, I like it, but you really just have two Thors out there.
That's the point.
Now you see my weak side linebacker, because I'm going strong weak side. We're going with a guy that can hunt down in the open field. A guy that's just really got those animalistic instincts. And we're going with Craven the Hunter.
Ooh,
You know, he's going to be able to read that defense. He's going to be able to hunt down guys in the open field, and he's going to be able to make those strong tackles.
I like it. I like it. Let me spit game on Beta Ray Bill real quick. Beta Ray Bill's life force was transferred by scientists into the body of an alien carnivorous equine-like beast that had been bionically reconstructed into a cyborg. Beta Ray Bill possesses vast superhuman strength, speed, stamina, and durability, and a highly extended lifespan. He's also he is a superior hand-to-hand combatant. His combat prowess is such that he was once able to beat Thor.
I mean, he is Thor, though.
He is also the original holder of Stormbreaker.
See, that's badass.
And he has a sentient warship nicknamed Scuttlebutt. So
That's
that's
awesome.
my guy. He also, after he loses Stormbreaker, he replaces it with a Twilight Sword, which can generate flames.
All right, so this
This
dude's
dude's
just
badass.
overpowered.
This dude is the GOAT.
Well, no, he's the dinosaur.
he's the Dinosaur.
Heyo. All right, so
That's actually.
we've got our front seven down, right?
Mhm.
Very strong front sevens. We need some help in the
Yeah.
defensive backfield. I want to know who you got at your cornerback positions.
All right, you talked me into this one before
Hell
we
yeah.
started. I'm going Daredevil at CB1.
Yep.
And I'm going Iceman at CB2.
Ooh, all right. Now we're gonna get into some explanations on that in a bit because I want to talk about mine real quick before you do because I'm sure
Mhm.
I'm gonna need a little bit of info on Iceman. But my CB1
Mhm.
also gonna be Daredevil. He's just gonna be
Mhm.
able to. He's gonna know where the ball's coming before the quarterback knows where the ball is going.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna be a flashy guy. He's not gonna be he's not gonna be getting a lot of interceptions. He's not gonna be racking up all these pick sixes or fumble recovery, or maybe some fumble recoveries. But he's gonna be able to lock down. He's gonna be able to defend and or swat that ball down. He is going.
Mhm.
He's going to be a lockdown cornerback number one. Opposite of him,
Mhm.
we need some turnovers on this defense. We need a little bit
You're
of
right.
a little bit
I'm a
of
ball hawk.
yeah, a little bit of ball hockey, a little bit of some sticky fingers, if you will.
My fingers are sticky. Don't ask.
So we're gonna go with Miles Morales. He's a little immature.
Mm.
He's got some growing up to do in the game, but boy, can he come down with the jump ball? He's gonna he's
All
gonna
I
he's gonna take that back to the house.
all I'm hearing is you're too scared to have two white corners.
Uh, Go ahead and walk me through your thought process on Iceman here.
He's cold as ice. Gonna be chilled, relaxed, freeze the people's ankles at the line of scrimmage.
I feel like there's going to be some restrictions on that, but I see the vision.
We can at least do it for one game until the NFLPA
Yeah, until they
changes the
ban it
rules.
for player safety.
Yeah, but you have if we're doing a head-to-head matchup, you have Cyclops on the sideline. He can just laser the ice after every play.
Yeah, I mean I've also got Quicksilver who can just vibrate so fast it just warms up the ice.
Yeah, I also vibrate so fast I warm up the ice sometimes.
Yeah, the only one of my wide receivers that would really be a threat to is Spider-Man. Because Silver Surfer,
Uh,
he's just gonna fucking phase through it like it's nothing.
yeah, but Spider-Man can just like swing away.
So there's gonna be a ban on swinging,
Wait,
obviously.
wait, no, Spider-Man wouldn't be. Spider-Man might be the least at risk out of all of these. Spider-Man has a particular sense named after him that would let him know that that's happening.
Well, right, but no, what I'm saying is from a physical power level. Like Quicksilver can just
Oh.
outrun it. Silver Surfer is just going to be able to phase through it because it doesn't. He can just phase through solid matter.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man is the only one that's actually going to be physically incapacitated if it were to hit him.
That's fair. Oh, all right. We're on to the safety room.
Oh, we sure are. I'm
Um,
going last because I'm real proud of my safety pick.
I might have stole one of yours.
God damn it! I was so proud of it too.
I'll I'll let you say that one. I'll only say my other safety.
All right. Well,
Uh,
what's your strong safety looking like?
Electro.
Ooh, Electro. All right. Let me hear
I
let me
just
hear the
wanted an
thought process there.
I just wanted an absolute psychopath on the defense. And I thought if he got a customized football helmet that looks like his little funny hat from the comic books, I think that looks sick.
See, I agree. I do want an absolute psychopath on the defense, but I went in a different direction. I went with Moon Knight.
Char- Charles Manson.
I've got Moon Knight at my strong safety position. You know, strong safety in now in today's NFL, kind of roll him down in the box, kind of play a hybrid linebacker safety type of role. And I think Moon Knight would be perfect for that because he's way too crazy to not go in there and try to make every tackle. And he's also pretty freaking durable and strong.
Yeah.
But now we'll get to what I think might be my greatest pick of all time.
Wait, I do have one thing about Moon Knight first. What if he like because he has multiple personality disorder? What if he just breaks into a personality that doesn't want to play football anymore and he just leaves your team halfway through the season?
Oh, Khonshu will make sure that doesn't happen.
Who will make sure that doesn't happen?
Khonshu, the Egyptian god of the moon.
Oh, okay, okay. It's he bet on your team to win the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, so he also controls Moon Knight, so he's gonna make sure that don't happen.
Okay. Good explanation.
But we've got a free safety pick that we gotta talk about here. I think you did say you stole mine, which is fine because I know I came up with it first.
Mhm.
But we're gonna throw good old Galactus back there in the defensive backfield
Mhm.
because Ryne toyed with him on the O line because what are you gonna do? You're gonna get behind Galactus?
Yeah.
I went a different direction. What quarterback, no matter how accurate they are, whether it's Bullseye, whether it's Hawkeye, whether it's any other unnamed accuracy-based superhero in the Marvel universe, which one of them is going to throw a deep pass past a 35-foot monster of a man, and how is it
Mhm.
going to get completed?
Yeah.
Everything is going to have to be pound the rock and dink and dunk. Good,
Mhm.
solid football, and that's why I've got Galactus at the free safety position. So, Ryan, you want to explain your free safety?
Well, it's Galactus. It's the same one as you.
Fair enough. But, we've got all these players here, but a good defense starts with the defensive coordinator.
Mm.
So
Am I going?
yeah, let me know who you got running your defense from the sidelines.
Taskmaster.
Okay, okay, yeah, he master of adaptation. You know,
Yeah. You have one drive where you're running it down the middle. Taskmaster's going to adjust to that.
yeah, yeah, he will. But you know who I've got? Someone
Who?
who's probably just as equally as smart. Some might say one of the smartest villains in the Marvel universe. That's gonna be Doctor
Kevin
Octopus.
Feige.
No, you're thinking of Kathleen Kennedy. Wrong universe, pal.
My bad.
Now we're going with Doctor Octopus, Doc Ock. He had the power of the sun in the palm of his hands. You think he
He's
can't
got the
he
whole
can't transfer
world.
some of that intelligence onto the football field? I think he can. That's why he's going to be my defensive coordinator.
It's not a bad pick at all.
But all around, we've got the players, we got the coordinators, but every team is defined, no matter who the coordinators are, no matter who the players are, by how good their head coach is.
I would agree.
So who are we gonna pick? Who are we picking as our head coach here?
Before we pick, I just want to say I would agree unless that coach is post Tom Brady, Bill Belichick.
That's fair.
Just put that out there. My head coach, you can have all the good coaches you want. You can have all the smart players you want. Doesn't matter. When I'm picking a head coach who can fucking read your mind, I'm going with Professor X.
See
Doc
that.
Ock can call Doc
Uh,
Ock can call the good plays he wants. Professor X is gonna know him before he does.
see, that would be good if, on the other side of my head coaching position, I had a guy, just as smart as Professor X, just as talented as Professor X, but you can't read his mind because I've got Magneto as my head coach.
Ooh, this is a chain.
Calling an audible. Originally I was here thinking, Tony Stark, just a real smart dude. He's gonna be able to run this team. But no, I know who my opponent is. I know who I've got across me on the other sideline. And that's Charles Xavier. So I need Eric Lencher, Magneto, to be able to rein in his thoughts and be able to call this game to the best of his ability without any interference from the other opposing coach.
That's fair. That's fair. But not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Now go. Let's dive a little bit.
I don't think I should.
No, I think we should.
Uh, I think you should check your phone and realize why I'm not gonna.
No, I think we should absolutely go down this rabbit hole. We haven't met our quota for today.
I was just gonna say there's some world events that correspond with Magneto's heritage, and maybe certain people in the NFL might not want somebody of Magneto's origin to coach. Uh,
Well, you see, I would agree, but we've literally got a guy that's tried to eat the planet on my defense.
I don't know which one's worse.
So I don't think character concerns are going to be much of a
I don't know.
much
I
of a
don't, I
thought
don't know if
here.
I'd call. I don't know if I'd call them character concerns.
All right, I think we're going to stop this bit here before we dig ourselves a little too deep.
Wish Noah was here. Then he'd just say "ha ha Hitler" and then
Whoa.
easy. That'd be the end of the bit.
Yeah, it would be the end of the bit.
Sorry, guys. I thought about putting Green Goblin on my team, so he's actually right next to me in the room, and his mask is speaking to me. This is not my fault.
Coward.
You coward!
Yeah, I think we've got some pretty solid teams here. If we were to match up head to head, I think it would be pretty solid. If I think this would be a future Super Bowl matchup, if you will.
Yeah, I don't know who'd win this game. I feel like we're pretty evenly matched.
At the end of the day, I think it's just gonna come down to coaching, and I think I've got the leg up there with the lack of mind reading ability.
I can still mind read your OC and DC.
Yeah, but Magneto could just take over the game.
I guess that's true.
It'd be like a classic chess match between Professor X and Magneto.
Mhm. If the
Honestly,
NFLPA
I
doesn't
think
get
everybody would
turned
love to see that. Just a classic coaching duel. No coordinators, just two head coaches battling it out.
yeah. So to imitate that, me and Nate are gonna play a game of chess live on air.
No, we're not, because I got to go to work tomorrow and I got to go to bed soon.
I've also never played a game of chess in my life, so you probably beat me in 4 moves.
That's not even true. We've played chess before.
Have we?
Yes. All right. Well, now we've got to prove it. Live on air, we're playing chess.
All right. Sending me again game pigeon chest.
Yep.
Chest. Chest. All right.
Ryne gets to move first. He's playing as
Because I'm better.
he's playing as the white pieces. He's already made a bad
Uh,
move.
of course I'm playing as the white pieces.
He's he's already made bad moves. Oh, and it's even worse.
I've never played an actual game of chess in my life.
He's just letting me develop the middle of the board. Now I've got my nights out, and it's just over for him. That's check.
I'm basically a grandmaster, bro.
Oh, my bad. And he just hung his queen.
I hate women.
This is just the downfall now.
The downfall of an empire.
It's what it is what it is. You know?
You know,
Yeah, it sounds like you know. Yeah, 'cause now
I might know.
now I'm gonna castle kingside.
Castle Crashers? Hell yeah.
Love that game.
My game pigeon won't load. Children intelligent, you heard?
Now I'm opening up the middle of the board.
I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing. Oh, that looks like a bad move.
That was indeed a bad move.
The other one I did first would have been worse. I would have moved my pawn. Me when I've never chessed before.
What?
Okay, Matt Fink wasn't smart enough to teach me chess. No, Matt Fink, hey, he's our most loyal viewer on the podcast, but that
That
man
was
probably thinks chess is spelled CHEST.
that move was so bad it just threw me out of my flow.
I don't know what I'm doing. This is like watching a child learn how nukes work or something. I don't know. But yeah, this is like teaching a child nuclear fission.
Yeah, that's about accurate.
This game just end already.
Yeah, if you didn't suck at chess.
Well, I feel like if I suck, it would end quicker.
You're making such bad moves that's impossible to like you're making such bad moves you're actually playing well. That's the funny part.
I'm just eating your board.
So I can just keep throwing checks.
Why does my king have like the Pope headdress on?
That's just what the piece looks like.
Why?
It's just what it looks like. I'll take your rook.
Nuh-uh. No, you won't. Give it to me. I hope this is exciting podcast commentary for everybody.
Yeah, we're commentating a chess match that nobody can see.
Well, it's just as interesting as any other chess match.
Hey, don't be dissing chess like that.
I remember when Moist Critical won a chess game in 4 moves.
Nice.
I think he beat I think he beat XQC,
Oh,
which
fuck
is like
that guy.
beating a toddler which is like beating a toddler with a stick, but
Fucking hate XQC.
who doesn't? No, stop.
When am I gonna be on my own?
I have 105 game pigeon dart wins.
I'm bad at game pigeon darts.
I'm bad at normal darts, so it evens out.
Yeah, I'll trade rooks.
No. It's the part where I blow up the chessboard. Hey, that wasn't nice. My rook.
I'll take your bishop.
No, stop. Pony.
Then I'll take your knight.
No, don't take my pony. Bitch.
Then
This is
I'll
what I do when I
roulette.
play chess. This is what I do when I play chess. I just kind of wait until I just run around with my fucking king. I try to avoid domination as long as possible.
Well, I'm hate to be the bearer of bad news here.
Oh no, don't bear me bad news. My precious little white king is about to get gangbanged by 3 black pieces.
And I won.
Yay, I lost. Why is your why does your game pigeon thing actually look like you? Mine is like fucking blue with purple hair.
Oh, I just didn't create one.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, there's
The
your.
government probably stole all your information.
The government had my information way long ago.
Fair
But
point.
there's our podcast for the day. We got a little bit of March Madness, got some hypothetical NFL scenarios, and you got a little bit of chess match in there.
Yeah, got a shitty one-sided chess match to end off the episode.
Yeah, yeah. Ryan, why don't you this is your podcast. Why don't you hit us with an outro?
Thank you everybody for joining the podcast. We will be with you with a new episode maybe sometime. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Nate will probably be here because Nate's here for everything now.
Hey, you asked
But
me, pal.
I did ask you. I did ask you. It's you're a good podcaster, so I like to have you around. But go check out our other more important, somehow better performing podcast, which isn't saying a lot. Uh, the Uncut Version podcast. An episode should have been coming out tomorrow, but we had to cancel on that. So it will be when's it coming out? Tuesday,
I think we're
something.
recording tomorrow or Monday.
I think Monday. So I think it's coming out Tuesday.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do another recording on Tuesday, I believe.
Yeah, now I'll just schedule that one to come out Saturday.
Yeah, it works.
But yeah, thank you for
Bye.
joining us, everybody. Goodbye.